Free City is an on-the-web, open-world computer game created by Tsunami Games. Its source code was taken from an unreleased game called Life Itself, created by Walter Keys McKee and Millie Rusk, and utilized by Tsunami's head designer Antoine Hovac.
To make Free City, Keys has since taken some work at Tsunami, while Millie invests energy inside Free City as her symbol Molotov Girl to observe proof of code that she and Keys had composed and to demonstrate that they legitimately own the code. In the game, Guy, a non-player character, NPC, functions as a bank employee and invests energy with his dearest companion and colleague, Bank Safety Officer Buddy, ignorant that his reality is a computer game. At some point, he experiences Molotov Girl, who is singing the melody that he says his beauty queen will like, and starts to veer off from his programming. He takes a couple of shades from a player who attempts to ransack his bank, through which he sees Free City from the player's girl, who is singing the melody that he says his beauty queen will like, and starts to veer off from his programming. He takes a couple of shades from a player who attempts to ransack his bank, through which he sees Free City from the players to be a programmer masked as a NPC and fruitlessly endeavor to restrict him from the game. As opposed to step up through damaging demonstrations, Guy picks to perform great deeds, finishing missions inside Free City to arrive at level 102. His ethical movement, which stands apart from those of different players, brings about Blue Shirt Guy turning into an overall sensation. Millie and Guy meet again when she breaks into the stash, another player's very much safeguarded compound that holds proof of her source code. Fellow assists Millie with getting away from the stash, and Millie is baffled when Guy needs to kiss her. Keys understands that Guy is really a NPC, and that his mindfulness occurred from computerized reasoning, AI, code containing Millie's own inclinations that Keys had remembered for Life Itself, which thusly had driven Guy to foster a heartfelt interest in Millie. Furthermore, Guy's ensuing associations with different NPCs have driven them to foster mindfulness too. Keys chooses to assist Millie with recovering their code before Free City is cleared off of Tsunami's servers to clay path for its continuation, Free City 2, in 2 days. Whenever Millie comes clean with Guy of his circumstance, Guy severs their relationship, telling her that he is enamored with her. In any case, subsequent to consulting with Buddy about the circumstance, Guy understands that there was more than adoration in their relationship and gains full consciousness. Fellow gets back to Millie and consents to help. Fellow breaks into the stash again with Buddy's assistance, where its proprietor, perceiving Guy, gives up the proof. Fellows proceeded with Ubiquity undermines the send-off of Free City 2, and Antoine orders Keys and Mouser to reboot the whole game. In the game, Millie tracks down Guy with practically no recollections of his consciousness, yet reviewing Keys' recommendation that Guy would require an update, she kisses him. Fellow's awareness is re-established, and he reviews the area of the island, part of Life Itself that won't be shielded from the forthcoming information wipe, and which is the main evidence of Millie and Keys' unique code. Antoine then, at that point, attempts to straightforwardly dispose of Guy and Molotov Girl, needed level to greatest. However, as Guy and Millie have convinced different NPCs in the game that they are more than their programming, they never again answer to outside orders and decline to meddle. Antoine then, at that point, resorts to straightforwardly controlling the game geology to kill Guy and Molotov Girl, while Keys rolls out his own improvements to secure and guide them to the island, broadcasting the work to all of the Free City. Plutal. Guy puts his shades on to Dude, the HUD, diverting the much less experienced AI endlessly. Antoine then, at that point, goes into Tsunami's server room and starts obliterating the game's servers with a fire hatchet in a final desperate effort to keep his burglary from being uncovered, driving Mouser to find Antoine's wrongdoings and get terminated, yet Guy comes to the island before he can annihilate the final remaining one, an occasion that is seen by gamers everywhere. With the burglary uncovered, Antoine holds the leftover server prisoner and requests that Millie leave her claim and give up the Free City licensed innovation, IP, alongside the benefits from the game. Millie, accepting the genuine worth that the game is in its modifying, excitedly concurs. The game's occupants are saved. Without Millie and Keys' code, Free City 2 is a disastrous disappointment at send-off. Antoine is denounced by the media for his presently uncovered wrongdoings, and he is captured for robbery and criminal harm. Keys, Mouser, and Millie start an effective new organization with a recuperated code to deliver free life, bringing Guy, Buddy, Dude, and the other Free City NPCs into it. Because of Guy, Millie understands that Keys' code was indeed an adoration letter to her, and they embrace and kiss.